What's up, everybody? It's Saturday night, so guess what? We're going to do our watch party. I'm Brian the Grizzly with Tank. We got Brandman, and we got Anzo, Biggaford Entertainment. What's up?
What's going on, man?
Guys, I know it was a travesty. I mean, just wrong in every way when Anzo says, I've never seen The Princess Bride. I mean, the only word I could think of was inconceivable. I just don't know what else he could do. But, we figure we're going to be able to resolve this tonight. I am excited.
I'll tell you this. When I seen the link, I was like, how do I get myself caught up in these situations? Really and truly, I got to keep my mouth shut next time when they ask me if I didn't see a movie. Yeah, I seen it.
Just lie to us until you've seen it, right?
Also good. You can join us for the next time we watch The Princess Bride now. That's
when he doesn't laugh at certain inside jokes, we're like, lying.
Looking inside eye. Who are you? You don't know those Princess Bride. What you talking about? It's crazy. But you know what? I'm just gonna get right into it because I think this is one of those things that you just want to enjoy. I mean, we got Mama Bear in here. We got Ace in the building who's saying he's listening while he's driving, so he's be listening now. We have the link is pinned to the chat, so you can join us on the Cosme app. Waiting for you guys, ready to go. But I can't wait to put this thing up, bring this thing up, and so of course I just closed this out of the Cosme.
Yes, you did.
That's all right.
It's okay. I don't mind watching the blank screen. It's probably funnier than the movie, to be honest.
Oh my God, this dude.
Oh,
you know what? Those are fighting words. Fighting words. Cold-blooded. You don't even understand me. You like Andre the Giant, and it's not that long. This is not one of those things you're gonna watch. You're like, oh my God, it's gonna take forever.
When's it end? Yeah.
It goes quickly.
You're one of the best fantasy films ever made.
All right, that's high praise for this movie, guys.
He's gonna hate it.
I mean, come on. Anto. Of course he's gonna hate it. He hates everything. He's like Mikey. Mikey, you eat anything. And then he's like, Anto, he hates everything. That's all it is.
Wow.
That's what you are. You know that. Come on.
We need to make that a clip. It was like with the kicks and just with Anto's face. Hey, Mikey, how you like it? Hate it.
Hate it.
Exactly. I don't like this narrative that you guys are pulling, because even collectors like, yeah, he's gonna hate it. So even if I hate it, I'm gonna tell you guys I like it. There you go. All right.
All right, let's get it all together. Let's see if we can pull.
I do not hate the first Ninja Turtle movies. First Ninja Turtle movie is a classic.
Because he only watched it when he was little, when he watched it. So that's probably why. Anything else, he didn't know caca at the time. That's all. But now he uses the word as much as he can.
No, I've actually watched it as an adult, and it still holds up. It's still fire. So
it does still hold up. I was in an argument with somebody before. They're like, it doesn't look. I'm like, it still looked awesome. I mean, Jim Henson made those suits. Like,
it's practical. That's why.
Yeah,
it's practical. So that's why. You know what I mean? It's not like outdated CGI.
Mm-hmm.
Think you gonna be able to pull up the thing?
Yeah, give me a second. My bad.
Collector's in here. Hello, what's up, Spoiler Kings and Anzo?
What's
up, Collector? So isn't it terrible what's going on right now in America, bro?
Yeah. And Collector did actually leave a super chat at the end of the rewind today.
Yeah, he told me what was going on in Iran. I was like, oh man.
Yeah,
nothing like waking up to that news.
The same president that said, "I don't start wars, I end them," started a war.
Starts a war.
Go figure.
I mean, this is coming from the Board of Peace or whatever the hell bullshit.
Yeah.
Much fun scheme he pulled with that shit.
You know what the worst thing is with that project 2025 that came out, he told us everything he was going to do. Kamala Harris actually warned us about him starting a war, and she was absolutely right. Yeah, she was right.
She's 100% with everything so far.
100.
Yep. Craziness. It's terrible this is happening. We got Mama Bear in the building, the spoiler queen. So yeah, we good to go.
Mama, what's up?
Yeah, he's going to hate it.
I have some faith. I think you're gonna like it because.
Thank you, Tank.
I think you're gonna like it because you don't like when things like that should be grounded or too grounded. This is definitely like a fantasy, fairy tale kind of fantasy kind of thing. It's funny. It's cheesy.
Real. There's no way.
Thank you, Tank. You see, the white man has my back, and the black men don't. This is why Jonathan Majors is having a problem.
That's why I know the truth.
I didn't say anything. I'm all ready to give you the benefit of the doubt, dude.
Okay,
I know the truth.
I'm gonna do some. Yeah,
Brian knows. You too, Brian, man. I appreciate you, Brian.
You guys are trying to be bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray. Not going to happen. Peace out, guys. I'm going to start reading my book. Yeah, I was actually listening to one of the book right now. That was cool. See, I can read you well, right? Yeah, 100%. Wait, is this a Disney version or the old one? The old one, the original.
Yeah, the old one, the original.
Is there a Disney version? Did they take out some stuff?
I thought there was only just the one.
Yeah, it should only be one.
Mm-hmm.
So America's toast. We let black and women vote. Okay, conservative. All right, I see you, Mama Bear. Sick 'em.
I'm hoping that's
a troll,
not a troll, but like
a bot.
When you mean sarcasm.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think the 90s Ninja Turtles, the Last Ronin movie is supposed to be a sequel to those.
It was
The Last Ronin, man.
It was.
There you go. That's how you already know. Paramount sucks ass. Like that's the first thing they canceled when they took over.
They were even going to bring back Judith Hogue to play April, which would have been cool.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's where the
she's supposed to be older, and the ring, dude, that would be phenomenal. Oh my god.
Yeah.
F everybody. F Paramount.
Yeah, for real.
Those dance somewhere else, Skydance.
That good.
One second.
Iran has a nuclear weapon capability. Right. Yeah. Go ahead, man. So Anzo will like Indigo. Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya.
He's
my father. Prepared to die.
He's a cool guy.
It was until I got canceled 2 months ago. Okay. Oh man. All right. Well, Brandman's going to be coming back. He can jump right in. So we're going to go ahead and get started. He'll just be able to jump in because whatever. It's the Princess Bride. And you better enjoy it. You hear me?
I hear you. Can't promise, but I hear you.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play.
Let's go.
Full screen. There you go.
Yeah. You want to hear it? The heck?
Yeah, I got no audio. I hear coughing. I hear coughing.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. You remember that game?
Absolutely.
Also, let us know if this looks familiar because.
Yeah, William Perry.
Fred Savage.
Dude, everything in that room is awesome.
Facts.
Hey. Must be the new video game. All books. See, I have that book. I need to get that book.
That would be cool.
I have the DVD, the steel book that looks like the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the Cheetos before they turn yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Oz is going. He's going like Fred Savage. He's going everything he's saying. That's what Oz is going to repeat.
You know what? Yeah, I could kind of see that a little bit. Even though I'm sticking to my guns, I think Anza will like this movie. We're just going to maintain that for the record.
Thank you.
Just kind of spoiled. Oh. It's game.
Mm-hmm.
What's the story telling you? Do things for women, they'll love you.
Facts. Even if you're a farm boy.
Exactly.
But the pet.
It's a kissing book. Yeah, what is true love? Say as you wish. You do whatever she wants until she falls in love with you. True love.
Did you pin the link in the vert too?
It should be on both of them, yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll make sure. Mm-hmm.
So she went for the guy with the money then afterwards, huh?
He'll always be Jerry Dandridge to me.
Facts.
Look how big his hands are. That's
right.
Ridiculous.
I know.
My
Jesus, man.
dreamland. So Gilda and Florin were European money, just like we have dollars.
Oh yeah, man, Manny Patinkin is gonna be Odin.
Yep.
That,
So Andre was actually French.
Mhm.
Anybody want a peanut?
I forgot he was going to be Odin. By the way, I could,
yeah.
yeah, I could roll with that.
Bars. Mm-mm. I can't swim. He doesn't doggy paddle. He Great Dane paddles. It's okay, Anzo. Don't get scared. Concerned. Anzo's might be rooting for the eel.
End the movie quick, you know.
Such a big guy.
Right? I'm like, Jesus.
He's using the same wind. It's just so clueless.
I love Wallace Shawn's line delivery, especially in stuff like this. It just fits.
Yeah, he was always great.
Dude, if he's that big and he can carry stuff like that, people like that, that's amazing.
Right.
To go that fast too.
Facts.
No breaks, just hand over hand.
That's fitness goals, dude.
Not using his legs either.
Yeah, that's all upper body strength.
So Brand's gonna recreate the Princess Bride workout.
I will.
All right, guys, all arms, upper body. Let's go.
Hand over hand. Maintain that speed.
All right, guys, we're gonna add one other person to your body. Jump on your back. Let's go. This whole movie's quotable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, how much like pop culture do they use this in like since this movie? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ton of pop culture, ton of memes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You keep saying that word. You keep saying that word, quote, from when Ozzy calls up the trash. Caca. I don't think that word makes it what you think it does. For someone who was climbing the rope so fast, why you gotta get help to get up?
You know?
Ready to kill each other. They're gonna have a nice conversation. Do I look like I knew your father? You look older than me. So we're about to have a fight to the death. Can you hand me your weapon?
You know?
This fight would be like if Benedict Cumberbatch and Tom Hiddleston got into a fight, got into a duel.
Like,
hello. My name is Inigo, Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. I hate to die.
Mm.
Get used to disappointment. That is phenomenal.
Hmm.
Start posing. How do you get that good?
You know?
What's my way?
Yeah.
Plot armor. So my way is not very sports like. Well, I hate to play him in dodgeball.
Oh, can you imagine?
Like even if he misses, he still gets you.
Exactly.
Like, no matter what.
My man's great.
Oh,
And dream of large women. So I think everyone will be wearing masks in the future. How true?
Mm-hmm.
Who knew?
right.
Facts.
Looking like Tay Diggs wearing a dress.
Hmm.
You saw that outfit he was wearing?
Just thinking the
Yeah.
same exact thing. Hmm.
Mm.
Suck. Morons. So stupid.
I'm back. I'm gonna take this call.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm. We okay with violence, guys? That's all that violence. He's a good hunter.
No.
Look at the scenery, man. That's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Facts.
I question everything she says. What is it about Mass that just made? Why did she just fall down the hill? She didn't. She
It's
just,
like the. I don't know why it reminds me of the John Wick with the stairs in the last one.
Yeah.
You just keep
Like, what?
falling.
But she just dove off the hill like for no reason. It's just, why is it like Superman? Like all of a sudden he puts a mask on and you can't tell who he is. Puts the uniform on, you can't tell who he is.
Really?
Sounds like zombie.
I feel you.
She later joins the Amazons and trains Wonder Woman.
That's funny.
Yeah, where does it look like they are? Where in Star Wars does it look like?
Dagobah.
It does like Dagobah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do or do not? No try. It's like Yoda's kicking around somewhere. Dude, that's not just quicksand. That is the worst.
Like super quick.
Like she might as well fell in water.
You know?
I used to hold my breath to see if I could hold my breath on the quicksands like long.
As long as he was down there.
Yep. I mean, how many times he has to save her life?
For real.
Mama Bear says that's like the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese.
So Tony said, which one's the princess? Which one's the bride?
What up, Tony?
Tony.
Ugh. You can move.
I know.
You know?
Instead of swinging, hitting him, she's poking him. Don't just stand there, woman. Hand him the sword, or something.
A rock.
You know?
He said, "Why did I come back for then?"
You know. Mm. Mm.
Pit of despair. Why is he just padding his shoulder? Like, could have washed it off.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
You know, lie to your boy. Just lie. I mean, come on, women do that all the time. It wouldn't be fair. Why is she never near him?
I know.
She could be walking out the back or something.
Mm. Mm.
Mama Bear said, "Love her as I love her." Buttercup got around. Shut up. I mean, usually that's not a problem. Strangle on your wedding night.
You know. Mm.
Sounds like a politician.
And Will, not the Canadian one.
Mm. Mm.
I will say this: they don't dally on anything. They get to the next thing immediately.
Oh yeah.
Surely are a meaning.
Oh.
It's great hair. Hot no.
Just absolutely massive.
That works. How does he know where he's going? I mean, he doesn't know where to start.
Yeah.
He's gonna walk outside.
Well, he just went on a speech out. He doesn't know how to plan.
I'm also catch you in your lie, bro. That's not how it works.
Slapper.
They're like, what the hell?
Basically involved the gospel according to Ludacris. It was so disheartening. What up, Fernando?
What's going on, Fernando?
See those toys behind him?
Mm-hmm.
I see the He-Man.
Yeah.
Captain America.
I've seen Captain America. Yep.
He-Man's on the ground. I mean,
Is that
on
Dr. Doom?
Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Is it?
Is it? Do I have
no.
That beast there, I know that's something. I just can't remember what that is. Yeah.
Pardon me, I had it wrong.
Billy Crystal's hilarious.
Right.
Rob Reiner had to be banned from the set during this scene because his laughing was throwing off recordings.
Oh, really?
This is Rob Reiner's first movie he made. Yeah. Set it.
Oh, yeah.
So most people get kicked off set. Rest in peace, Rob Reiner.
Yep.
Yeah, for me, when I think of Rob Reiner, I automatically think of this movie.
Go through them with loose change.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. It's colder than usual now coming out?
Nah, Amber Alert.
Oh.
Liar. Never had it.
I told you, it's not Humperdinck, it's Jerry Dandridge.
Lord.
Jesus, look at his frigging hands.
It's gigantic. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hope we win. It got dark quick.
Like super quick.
No.
Super quick.
Oh, this is like used all the time.
Malwares.
Uh-huh.
Let's set up arrangements. True love. Have you the wing? to die. Look at each other like, what the hell? Stay right here.
I love stuff like that throughout this movie. Well, that's dark. Ooh.
Man, she playing this out.
Very strategic, right? Very thoroughly.
That's right, everybody. Go after your dreams.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Mm.
So, man, Patkin lost his father to cancer shortly before this. In his mind, he was battling cancer.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
Or hog face buffoon.
Mm.
It won't be the last.
Mm.
What is that thing? Drop your sword.
Mm.
He walks so happy, like, yay.
I know your big ass is getting on a horse.
You lady.
That poor horse. You ride a fucking elephant, man.
Like, he's the
You know?
same size as the horse. Is like, oh, ain't no way in hell.
Facts.
What happens if they weren't ready? He just jumped off. Was it the end?
You know that wasn't Andre the Giant that was on the horse when it rode off, right?
Ain't no way in hell. I don't mind so much. The end.
Thank God.
Whoa. Whoa. Really, Anzo?
No, I'm joking. It's good. It's fine.
Has he been in anything like recently?
Carrie Elwes?
Yeah. I feel like he's been
honestly,
something.
Honestly, the last thing I remember him in were the Saw movies.
Oh shit!
Really? Who was he in Saw?
He was Dr. Lawrence.
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's been in other things. They're just not coming to mind.
I know he's been in something else. I can't
no, he has to have been because he's like he's consistently acted since matter of fact, let's look it up. Hang on.
There wasn't any in
I guess he was in a Kid Cudi music video.
He was which I should have known, by the way, because I actually really like the Neverland video. He was in the latest Mission Impossible.
He was on Mission Impossible. Yeah.
He sure was on Knuckles.
Yeah, he was in Operation Fortune. I remember that.
He's in Rebel Moon. Oh, he's the king in Rebel Moon.
Yeah, he is in Rebel Moon. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, forgive me for not remembering that much of that movie.
Trust me, I don't blame you.
He was in Operation Fortune, which I'm actually a little bit of a defender of that movie, so shame on me for not remembering that.
Yeah.
I remember in Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. It's all coming back now.
So he's been in stuff. I mean, he's just been in stuff.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff.
Favorite movie for him?
Favorite movie for him?
Yep, Carrie Elwes.
Let's see.
Probably, he was in Stranger Things.
He was in Stranger Things, yeah.
He was?
Mm-hmm. He was the Mayor Larry.
What'd you say, Anzo?
Mine will always be Saw. Always.
Okay.
Probably Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah, Robin Hood Men in Tights is mine.
That's a good one.
Then I don't know. Princess Bride is really up there too. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, Princess Bride is the best one.
Yeah, I gotta say Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Men in tights.
That's another good. That's another good movie.
Says tells me you guys weren't paying attention in Rebel Moon. He was in the director's cut. So I don't think anybody actually watched the director's cut anyways, so you're probably right. Because after the first cut, there was no way I was watching the director's cut of that movie. Or part 2.
I completely forgot he was in that Cuddy short film.
The best line in Men in Tights, unlike other actors, I could speak a British accent.
You've been bamboozled. Dave Chappelle in that movie.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle. He was
Dave
hilarious in
Chappelle.
that movie. He was hilarious in that movie. She said, "I did. It was way better." Oh man.
No, the effort was not. No, it wasn't. I'm sorry, Mama Bear. No, it wasn't. I watched the first couple of minutes of that movie, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." I don't need to watch. No.
The director's cut.
Yeah. I was like, I'm good.
All right. So, what would you rank this, Anzo?
Like a grade?
Yeah, give it a grade.
I give it an A. It's funny. It's definitely good. I still like Men in Tights better, but it's still along those same lines of those movies. So I enjoyed it. And I'm not lying, guys. I did enjoy it. It was a good movie.
I believe you.
Now.
I believe you. I believe you.
Now that it's over, I can say this.
Yeah, for real.
That's good.
It's enjoyable, you know. There's funny moments in the movie. I think it's especially along those lines of like we say, Men in Tight and all those kind of like Spaceballs type of movies. You know, I always
Mel
like those
Brooks
type of
type
movies.
things.
Yeah, absolutely.
The first couple of minutes doesn't give a full opinion.
I didn't need one. I seen the original cut, so I just seen that they put a couple crap in the beginning of it, and I was like, okay, well, I'm good.
It's just so hard for me to even listen to what you're saying because you think Justice League is better than Endgame. So it's just.
So you disagree with me on Rebel Moon?
The whole point is I want to make sure
that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Justice League is better than Endgame.
That's what
Justice League is better than Endgame. That's
yes, Justice League is better than Endgame. Yes, 100%.
Huh?
We need that clip of like Anzo. No, like yeah, that
Anzo.
Yeah.
No. Wait. Anzo.
Yes.
Are we talking about the Snyder cut or the theatrical cut?
No, the Snyder cut.
It doesn't matter which cut it is.
I just had to see it. I just had to see it.
The Snyder cut. The original cut is not better than anything. So
yeah, that was trash.
See me, like I don't necessarily mind the theatrical cut. I like them both, but obviously the Snyder cut is light years ahead of the theatrical cut. You know,
the Snyder cut is the better one.
The Snyder a lot better, and you know, even though I'm sorry, Anzo. Even though I'm kind of mixed on the Snyderverse overall, I have to give the Snyder cut its flowers. It at least felt consistent with what Snyder was doing beforehand, which worked to its advantage. It was just the original, even though I don't mind it, I have to acknowledge that it was tonally it was a big mess. It was a mismatch
of two different styles of movies.
Two different styles.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually revisit the Snyder cut from time to time and kind of like it a little more with each rewatch. If I'm being honest.
You see.
Will you ever like it more than Endgame? Do you like it more than Endgame?
No. And because I really Endgame is just a culmination of everything in the MCU, and I just feel a great wave of satisfaction no matter how many times I watch it. You know?
I'll say this: when I left the original Justice League, the theatrical cut, I didn't hate it, but I think watching it after a while, I was like, okay, I could see where this movie is not as good. And then you see the Justice League, the Justice cut, and then I'm like, man, I don't even understand why they made certain changes. Like they changed the look of Steppenwolf. Why did they do that?
Yeah, he looked beautiful in the Snyder cut, man. And you know, and I'm sorry, Anzo, please.
No. I was just gonna say, but that's what I'm saying. There were some things in the Justice League part that you didn't need to change, right? The look of Steppenwolf was one of those things, you know. And then you tried to add a little bit too much humor. Some of it I liked, but it just didn't fit the tone.
No,
Yeah.
it definitely didn't fit the tone. So, you know, the Snyder cut did, and I liked that. You know, like the cyborg subplot, I thought was
Yeah,
great.
me
You know,
too.
that really worked for me. Um, the what else? We already talked about Steppenwolf. I just think that it kind of felt more in no matter what I thought of Snyder's vision and his direction, it felt more appropriate in terms of his narrative tendencies, what he was going for. It just it worked a lot better for me in that regard.
Hmm.
Um, you know, and plus, you know, just the reactionary nature of Warner Brothers calling in Whedon and and doing all the different stuff with the theatrical cut. It just I don't know. It felt like a big disservice to Snyder given the circumstances too.
One
Yeah.
hundred
So
percent.
I'm you know I'm happy that he got to finish his vision. You know.
I think the fight scene, the first fight scene with the Amazons and Steppenwolf in
Mhm,
the Snyder's version, I think that
mhm,
was it's so much better than what we got in Justice League. You know what I mean? So
mhm,
much better. And I think a lot of the story beats make more sense in his version than they did in the Justice League version. And like you said, I liked what they did with Cyborg. You know what I mean? I liked, you know, you got to feel his pain of being a cyborg, what he went through and stuff like that. Now, granted, it was a 4 hour movie. There were some
mhm,
things in there that did not necessarily to be in there. But
mhm,
like I said before, if you cut those things out, cut it down to 30 minutes, I think you get a more rounded movie, a lot better movie. Like, for example, the singing and all the slow motion, right? You could have cut some of those things down and you cut that movie down to about 3 hours and 30 minutes, 3 hours and 20 minutes. And then I think it plays a lot better. But
mhm.
Endgame, once I get to the time travel, I can't watch it anymore. I can't watch the time travel stuff. It's just
Okay.
boring to me.
Mhm.
But
No.
the end is the best Marvel stuff we've ever seen. That end
Mhm,
battle is so good, right? It's absolutely amazing. Even the people that hated on the females getting together, I thought that scene was absolutely fire when they all
Mhm.
come together. Now,
mhm.
it didn't make sense because Captain Marvel didn't need their help, right? She didn't
Yeah.
need their help, but I just thought the way they did it was fire. So I think the end of Endgame is absolutely untouchable. The beginning and the end are untouchable, but it's
Mhm,
just that middle part for me that
So
just ruins the movie.
in your when he just said he said you can easily cut a lot out of Justice League, and then says, "But I don't like this basically 40 minutes of Endgame." But
Yeah, because the things
so what you could cut 40 minutes out of the Endgame and you will love it, but then Justice League you have to cut 40 minutes out of it and you say it's almost a perfect movie. I don't.
well,
I,
nothing is not perfect, definitely not. But I
perfect
think
ending.
I think the things that you cut out of Justice League are things like the singing part, right? The
Mhm.
slow motion where he's doing the hot dog thing and all of that stuff. Those things don't really matter to the story. So I think there's a lot of those kind of things that you can actually cut out of Justice League to make it a little bit tighter. But when it comes to Endgame, I just can't watch the middle part. I can't. Puts
mhm,
me to sleep. It puts me to sleep. I'm
I
sorry.
think Vormir. I think when you talk about the whole Hawkeye and Black Widow thing is amazing. I
Mhm.
think the Thor. I actually like the Thor part a little more. I don't mind that, especially with his mother and kind of actualizing and accepting himself. I think that I like that part. I
I think
I
that's
can
the best part
agree.
of the time travel. There's the Thor and his mother's interaction
Mhm.
there. I think that's
Mhm.
the best part of the time travel. I did
But
not care for
you didn't care about
Tony
the
Stark
Hawkeye,
meeting his father. You know what I mean? I didn't care about that. The Hawkeye and
Black Widow, and that fight, and then fighting to get to give up themselves for their best friend.
I thought it was good. But the problem with that is you have to sacrifice what you love, and she killed herself. He didn't sacrifice her. You know what I mean? Or she didn't sacrifice him. So I think that's a problem for that part for me. But it's just okay.
Yeah, I think my favorite part of the time travel stuff was the time heist itself. But that's just me. I'm just a sucker for kind of heist type stuff. It reminded me of Ocean's 11. I thought that was probably the most fun for me.
Mhm.
So like I thought that was a fun a fun watch. I think where the the Thor stuff was great too, but my problem with that, and this goes for a lot of the Thor content in the movie, because we were dealing with a very heavy topic with him with depression and survivor's guilt and him failing to save Thanos. But where they went wrong for me was whenever they kind of leaned into that, it suffered from MCU syndrome, which
The
I like
humor
to call it,
part, right?
yeah, where they had to undercut
Absolutely.
it. They would undercut it with a fat joke, with a juvenile fat joke, and it was. But when they got serious with it with Thor, it was great. But like I said, they self-sabotaged with that. All the stuff with him talking with his mother was great until she's like, "Oh, you need to eat a salad."
Yeah.
I didn't mind that because that's what mothers say. That's why I didn't mind that.
Yeah.
Just mothers say that. So I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with anything. I literally only thing I thought was a little boring was the Tony Stark stuff. Dealing with that again. That was a little whatever.
Well, with the father or the Tony Stark stuff trying to fix the time traveling? Which part?
No, the father. The actual heist. I think his example of how it works was stupid. But besides that, I thought it was good. It was really, really good. You know, but there were some parts. But like the top is in-game's best is better than anything you had with any of the stuff in Justice League, even close. Like the entire movie, like if you're averaging it out, it's like 10, 10, 10. There's a 4, there's a 5, there's a 6, 10, 10, 10, 10. Like, and then you average it out, and because of 8.5, if I'm doing it with Justice League, I don't think it ever gets over a 7. There's no part of it that's like more over a 7 for me. So like, how can I compare the two?
I'm sorry, but
almost uncomparable. Like
I love the scene. I love the scene where they're saving the hostages from Steppenwolf. I love that scene. I think it's fire, and it's a lot better in Justice League, Zack Snyder's, than it is in the original. 100%.
We're not comparing to the original to just
no, I know, but I'm just saying
Zack Snyder's thing to Endgame, and that's what I'm like. That's
but okay. So if you wanted to say that, then I think. Okay, so I think those scenes are 8s for sure. I think the last fight scene with Steppenwolf and Superman popping in and messing him up the way he did, I think that's an 8. You know what I mean? I think the stuff with Cyborg is definitely an 8. The Flash I could probably do without. You know what I mean?
There's parts of that movie that is like 3. Like
I don't
like
give
the
anything.
average. The average of that movie could be a 6.5.
Is it?
And I like it. You know,
is it bad for me to say I wanted more Superman? Like
no, absolutely not.
There's not enough Superman in it. You know,
but after you see what he does to Steppenwolf, how he smashes him so easy, you can understand why they couldn't put Superman in there, because the movie ends right away.
Yeah, but I mean that was the kind of the big issue with me with that is I like the Snyder cut. Like, obviously you did in the theatrical, but and I do agree. Like if he was gonna put it in theaters, like legitimately put it in theaters, I think he would have cut like an hour, and made it about 3-ish hours, like for sure, But since it's like HBO, he's like fuck it, let's do 4 hours. I'm gonna do all the shit I want to do. But was most of the movie was like you get all these heroes together to figure out how to bring back Superman, instead of figuring out how to be a team. You're just like, we need Superman, And it was like that should have been fine, but then Superman should have came back a little bit earlier, and then they could have figured out how to be a team. They did it. I know what Brian just said. They did it way better than they did in the theatrical cut. That was just trash. Like, the way everything with Superman even coming back and at the end was way better in the Snyder cut, like way better. But that's my biggest complaint with that with the Snyder cut.
And I can't even lie. I liked it in black and white too. I watched it in black and white, and I thought it works in black and white too. I was like, "Oh, this isn't bad in black and white." You know what I mean? So,
but that fits Snyder's aesthetic. Very, very, very much.
Totally.
I mean, you can put almost any of his movies in black and white, and you're like, that works. But that's just like his aesthetic. I don't want to compare, but like something like James Gunn in black and white, that's gonna be trash. Like if you put Guardians in black and white, no. Like it needs to be colorful, it needs to be all that poppy, shit. But that's who he is. His aesthetic is very like that serious kind of thing where you can put like a noir kind of,
and then boom. I also love kind of the opening where it's Superman, they show, he's dying, and then he yells out, and it echoes throughout the whole town, and it's what wakes up the mother box and stuff like that. I thought that was cool, man. I really enjoyed some of that stuff, so I don't hate that movie.
Yeah,
no, but I don't hate it either, but it's not better than Endgame. I mean, we're burying the lead. It's not better than Endgame.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And no, like I don't.
I'm gonna stick to them guns, all right. And I'm pretty sure I have at least one person in the chat that's gonna agree with me. And then Danny agrees with me. So as long as I got a few,
all wrong together.
You are wrong. All of you are wrong.
That's okay. Spoiler Kings ain't always right either. So I'm just saying.
No, but in this case, we are.
In this case, no.
There's times we could be wrong. This is not one of those times.
100%.
As like team up, like superhero team ups, I know there's not many to really compare because most of them are Marvel films. But I would put Justice the Snyder cut above probably the first two, because as much as like awesome it was to see like the first Avengers movie, it was kind of corny and stuff like that.
Like, if you go back and watch it again,
I'll put Snyder cut probably like Infinity and Endgame for me are like top two, and then Snyder cut will probably be top three when it comes to like team ups. I would even throw Civil War in there. Because Civil War is.
I think Civil War is better than
Justice
than Justice League.
I think personally, I think Winter Soldier
is better than too.
I think it's better than Endgame. I think Winter Soldier is better than Endgame.
There's people that say that I'd rather have Endgame. I think the emotion Winter Soldier emotionally, when you have action, you have good storyline, and you emotionally engage me, I put that higher on my list for me. But I do like Winter Soldier and Civil War.
Winter Soldier for me is one of the MCU movies that has more rewatch value than a lot of others. I can watch it. I'd rank it kind of alongside Infinity War and Endgame in terms of a lot of my favorite stuff. Like those are like the main ones that I could watch over and over and over again if I wanted to. I think aside from if we're digging way back in the reaches of the early to mid MCU, Winter Soldier is like really a cut above a lot of the others. I think it, especially at the time, it was probably the best MCU movie, dare I say, since the first Iron Man at the time. But I could rank it alongside Infinity War and Endgame. Like the Russos, even though they're all over the place outside of the MCU, their MCU content really hasn't missed for me at all.
Yeah.
It's kind of why
say Mama Bear, creepy uncle. That's not his niece. You know what I mean? Like she had a husband, she had kids in that timeline. Like they're not related, and of course he would fall in love with her. She's like a bootleg version of Peggy, you know what I mean? Like she followed in Peggy's footsteps, but even like how like Mama says, like kept going back to Peggy, soured it for her. Like I think that was kind of wouldn't that be kind of the thing, was like if the MCU ended right there, you're like, oh cool, he gets his happy ending. But the MCU is not going to end right there. So by him getting his happy ending, he still he fails at his mission. You know what I mean? So like, because after Endgame, you need to have something going forward. And going forward is timelines and him staying in that timeline. It's like you didn't restore all the timelines because you stayed there, bro. Like, like you created a new timeline, so
and that's going to be part of what the stuff is going forward.
Yeah.
And,
so like yeah.
Everyone's saying it. They're going to knock it out of the park now. All the stuff that the negativity we said, all the negativity we've heard about this stuff, about Doomsday and all the stuff we've even said, people are seeing the movie and saying that this is phenomenal.
I don't doubt it's not. I don't doubt it's not going to be phenomenal. I don't doubt that at all. It may be even better than Endgame, to be honest with you, but
I don't know. Endgame is a culmination of all things that they've had in all those other movies. It's hard to say that it's not, that it's not a culmination of all that stuff. So if it, when you have the stakes and the feeling and the emotion along with the ending of the story that you've done, I don't know it's going to ever have something that can, stand up to it. I don't think Doomsday being almost like a one-off thing can stand up to Endgame.
No, I don't think so.
And you know what? That's my big fear about that's my greatest fear. You just summed up, Ryan. My greatest fear about Doomsday, the fact that it's going to be a one-off when there should have been build-up towards Doom. Unfortunately, it just all seems too reactionary when they were clearly going a different path.
Yeah.
Initially, and this is it. I just hope it's not the act of desperation that I fear it's going to be.
I mean,
It sounds like it
now,
was.
and everyone's loving it, but you can't, because you don't have all the stuff that led up to it. Like this is my argument also about Justice League. Honestly, my problem with Justice League is that you rushed it. You have the better characters. There's no doubt who's the better characters from Marvel and DC. DC is 10 times better characters, not even close to Marvel, right?
Yeah.
You have the better storylines. You have everything else. If you didn't rush it, I think you could have one of the best iterations of Justice League, but you rushed it, and it never will stand good with me.
And you know what? Even if I'm being honest, I have my my reservations about them saying that they're loving it, because it always feels like they always say that, because what the hell else are they going to say to
Then again, you
promote their
look
movie?
at was it The Flash?
The
greatest movie of all time.
Yeah.
Not even that. I don't remember, but I think it was one of the Zack Snyder movies, probably either Man of Steel or Batman vs Superman. But it was like, oh my god, it got a standing ovation, and you guys are gonna love this movie,
Superman.
right?
That was Batman
it got
vs
a standing ovation. Everybody loved it, and then you see it, and it's like, well, that's a lie. You know what I mean? That's a lie. So,
yeah. Part of my hate for Justice League is that it should have been better.
Yeah,
could have
so
been.
it was
rushed.
Yeah.
You say
it was being rushed.
You say
for sure.
You say rushed, right? Which I get it, but it was always Zack Snyder's plan to do Superman, another Superman or another movie. I think it was Superman 2, and then Justice League, because he had 5 parts, right? So Justice League 1 and 2, and so it was always the plan to do that.
Should have had a Batman movie, a second Superman movie, and then Justice League.
Should have had a Cyborg movie at that point, or something.
Cyborg or something.
Because how important he is. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I also don't think that they 100% needed to follow um Marvel's
Marvel.
formula, right? Yeah, I
Exactly.
really don't think they
That's why
needed
they
to
shouldn't have
follow
done it.
that. You
But
know what I
No.
mean?
Mhm.
No, but I don't think they needed to though. I
you
don't think they
need
need
to
to
have a
follow that.
Batman movie before you do a damn Justice League movie.
You could have you could have no, I think
You
you
should
could
have done
still
a world's
introduce them.
finest before you did a Justice League movie. You needed to have Batman and Superman
Absolutely.
realizing they're the two baddest motherfuckers in this world.
Exactly.
Instead, you had them screaming Martha at each other, and then he dies at the end,
Absolutely.
which
Well,
was silly. It was like they should have been frenemies, kind of a little bit, and then you could have turned into like you can't skip to the Frank Miller Dark Knight storyline without all that backstory. Like you got to build up the backstory between these two characters. Like,
yeah, but I also think they did a
it would have been an awesome movie.
but I
Mhm.
also think they did a good job with explaining why Batman had an issue with Superman and Batman versus Superman.
Mhm.
I think they did an okay job with that, right? I think even what they this is what I think they could have done if they were going that route, right? You could still do a Justice League, introduce these characters in the Justice League movie, and then do, solo movies, and then give us Justice League 2, right?
Mhm.
I think you could have done that
You
too. I
should have
just don't
had
think
Batman before. Batman had
It's
to
like doing
have
the
his
Black
own.
Widow movie after
After it's all over.
her story's done. It's like, I mean, hers is like her story was done, but
Mhm.
they could have handled it. Like Mama Bear said, it was definitely Warner Brothers that was trying to push it.
And,
Yeah.
They were.
I think James Gunn would have. James Gunn. Oh my God, Zack Snyder would, if he had his way, would have been fine. It would have been fine. He wouldn't have rushed it. He wouldn't have. He would have put a Batman movie out first.
Don't introduce them through an email, exactly.
But
Yeah,
that
that
was
was-
but
that
that,
through-
but
through
that
a-
was
through a
never his
on screen.
but that was never really his plan anyways, right? If you look at the 5-movie arc that he had, there's no plans for a Batman in there in his 5-movie arc, right? So that was never his plan. That was never his plan. But I just don't think that you need to follow Marvel. Just like I didn't have a problem with the Snyderverse being darker versions of superhero movies. I didn't have a problem with that either. But, people, oh, no, it's not Marvel. They're not funny. I didn't think they needed to be.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's the issue.
I think
Yeah, Batman was supposed to be Ben's movie. Yeah, Ben Affleck
Yeah.
was going to take that
It
over.
was supposed to be
And-
Ben's- exactly.
in the case of Batman, I think that with Batman versus Superman, where they kind of went wrong with me with that character is, I didn't mind, his whole beef against Superman, considering following the events of Man of Steel. But if we're talking about a Batman who's been doing this for 20 years, he's been around the block, he's been through several Robins, I think they could have they could have showcased him to be a lot smarter and a lot more on his feet rather than Lex basically playing him like a flute.
And I'll say this, that I think that was one of the problems with Batman versus Superman. It should have just been Batman versus Superman. You didn't need
Mhm.
Wonder Woman. You didn't need Darkseid in there, right?
Yeah,
You could have had not Darkseid,
Doomsday.
Doomsday. You didn't need that. It should have been strictly Batman versus Superman. That
Yeah,
way he gets a lot more screen time and you get a more understanding of why he's doing what he's doing. So
yeah,
Mhm.
I think
and
that
and
was
that
the biggest problem.
and that harkens back to exactly what Tank just said, dude. Like you didn't even need to. I agree. First and foremost, where I'm going with this is I agree. It should have been centered on Batman and Superman only. And if you're doing that, there's your world's finest movie. It never needed to
Exactly.
be Batman
Yeah.
versus Superman.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think a world's finest movie. And if they were really in that much of a rush to get to Justice League next, you could have peppered like some references to the greater universe and
Mhm.
the other characters here and there. But the narrative definitely, I agree. It should have been focused on Batman and Superman.
Yeah, and I think the studio was the one that told them they needed to put in Doomsday and Wonder Woman and all that stuff.
I'm
So
sure.
Yeah,
they
I mean, originally
did
wasn't
mess
supposed
that
to
up.
be Man of Steel 2, and then they made it Batman versus Superman.
I believe so. Yeah.
It was supposed to be Man of Steel, Man of Steel 2, and then they made it Batman versus Superman at the last second. I think that was the problem.
Yeah. But again, studio intervention, right? They messed it up. So
Yeah.
Warner Brothers is their own fault for this stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Warner Brothers always seemed to be the big problem when it came to a lot of DC content, and that goes beyond even the Snyderverse.
Yeah, 100%.
They've always kind of they just don't get it.
And I think what they were doing is they were going off of the success of the team up movies, not realizing that first phase of movies, I think the only movie that made over 500, well, I think some of them made over 500, but at least $1 billion was Endgame.
Yeah.
You know, so was in Avengers, the first Avengers, right? Not all of the movies in phase 1 were successes. Thor wasn't a real success. It made money, but it wasn't one of those, you know, oh my God, this is making so much money. It was regular. And I think Captain America was regular too, right? But Warner Brothers was like, no, we need to make $1 billion right out the gate, and if it doesn't make $1 billion, it's not good. And that's what
you should have built. You should have built slowly, and they didn't. And that's no matter what it is, you can't blame anybody because it did.
Yeah, but now that we're 18-ish years into the MCU, you know, was that like 30 something movies? You know, like if they decide they want to do something like Doomsday, where they're like, you know what, we want to rush it a little bit. It's not like the best idea, but for everything that got, you know, between Jonathan Majors and people not liking all this shit and this and that, they have 18 years of, you know what, people already know these characters, they know this stuff, we can kind of rush it and get it done, you know, because it's been around for so long, you know, it's harder to do when, you know, because Man of Steel was 2009?
2013.
2013. Oh fuck! Oh no, Iron Man was 2008. Yeah, so 2013, and then damn, then the Justice League was 2017. Then when did Justice League come out?
Justice League was 2017, the original one.
So 4 years. 4 years between starting a DC universe and doing that. You know. Yeah. So I mean, and then I'm not really blaming too much on Snyder because it was definitely the studio.
No,
it was definitely the studio. You know, I mean, I think all the studio heads at that time were dumb as dicks. You know, they were making horrible decision after horrible decision. You know, and one of them was not letting Snyder handle his family business
100%.
Then coming back to the movie. That was the most respectful thing. I think that was the right thing to do. And then they you know, when they did that, I was like, oh, this studio sucks. You know, I'm like, I was glad they sold it. You know, but then they sold
I
it
actually
again.
think his Justice League would have been close, if not $1 billion movie, right? I think it would have
been good.
You know?
I think it would have been, I don't know about $1 billion, but it would have been good.
Close. Yeah, it'd been like 850 because it's still, you know, DC just hasn't got the popularity they should have. Because it's still, once again, I told you, the best characters. And it hasn't had that. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, because I think after BVS, the fandom was like a lot of like, I'm not sure. And then Justice League, because it wasn't, you know, it wasn't really Snyder's. Hey, what's up, Kyle? But because it wasn't Snyder's, it ruined.
Killed it.
It killed it. Definitely killed it. Like, you know, if what we got was a shorter version of the Snyder cut, I think we honestly might still be talking about like the DCEU right now.
We still might be talking about that soon.
Well, we'll see.
But I think James Gunn is making a lot of the same mistakes, though. I think James Gunn is making a lot of the same mistakes, right? You know, I guess Supergirl is going to probably do well, but I still don't think Supergirl should be the next movie that you have put out there already. You know, Creatures Commando was the cartoon they put out. Ain't nobody cared about knowing about Creature Commandos. You know what I mean? Like, he's doing all the projects that he likes. Oh, I like Creature Commandos. I'm gonna do this and then that. And no, that's That's not how you do it. You got to get the Trinity. You got to get the most popular characters, not the ones that you like the most.
Yeah,
I mean, I agree with that.
Creature
with
Commandos,
Trinity.
even though, Creature
It was good.
Commandos, even though I had a fun time watching it, it was
Mhm.
something that could have came later.
You don't start the DC
You
studios with
don't
that.
you don't
No.
necessarily.
No.
Yeah, and I get the whole, we're going with something more obscure, but that one could have waited. I think it's pretty
Mhm,
vital
should have waited.
to start with your mainstay characters, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and I get that you're trying to kind of break away from what the Snyderverse did, but at the same time, some things, are pretty vital that some things are a must.
Those are your
Yeah.
first 3 movies. Like, I don't get why that's a hard decision,
I
Because even
Yeah.
if Matt Reeves is doing his Batman, you're like, you know what? I don't fucking care. Like, I'm
Yeah.
trying to build a universe. You're
Yeah.
playing these one-off stories. Do your one-off story. It'll be awesome, but I'm trying to get all the toys to get played together. you
And
know?
being the head, he had the right to say, we're gonna do the Batman 2 after I do a Batman movie. He
Or
had the right to do that.
Mhm.
he even
Or
said,
cancel it
we're not going
straight up,
to
which I prefer.
promote it. I want to do what I'm going to do. We're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
going to focus on this. We're going to focus on what we're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah, we canceled the Batman 2 right away. I'd have been absolutely fine with that. You already
Of course,
know.
you would have been.
Yeah,
No one
100%.
listened.
Oh,
No
yeah,
one
you would have
listened
been
to you.
Yeah,
super
yeah.
cool with it.
Yeah, I still think it should be canceled. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's one of the bright spots of them doing the deal. That maybe we'll get this movie canceled before they finish that merger and be like, okay, no more Batman.
Oh, that ain't happening.
Unfortunately, I know, but yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I just think that they made a lot of mistakes.
I
100%.
don't agree with that, Mama Bear. The comic book was very much a space kind of traveling kind of thing, It's
Yeah.
It's kind of what it is. She gets on a bus like she does in the trailer in the comic. She goes to these different planets and stuff. I think it's gonna be, like you got those things where she's drunk in the beginning, but I don't think we really saw anything from the trailers that's not gonna be in like the first act. We haven't seen seen anything out of the first act, because once she stops drinking and focuses on helping out I forgot what her name is, the girl,
Mhm.
that's when shit gets serious.
I don't think Supergirl's going to be bad. I don't think it's going to be bad. I just don't think it's the next movie you do.
Yeah.
Right now, we should be
I
getting ready for and again, if you
Mhm.
didn't want to do a Batman movie because of the Batman, it should be Wonder Woman then.
Yeah.
And I also think Green Lantern should be a movie and not a TV series.
Agreed.
That might be right.
Agreed.
The Batman is mad, honestly, but I gotta show some respect for morals and keep your obligations to finish it.
Of course, somebody
Chill
named
out, you
Kyle
the man.
Daly talking
You
like
the man.
mad about Batman.
I feel Battinson will still be the weakest link in the second film. I feel Scarjo and Sebastian will overshadow him.
Oh, yeah. There's a
Those
lot
Those
of
are my blinds.
there's a lot of people in this next one.
Oh, and isn't James Gunn doing Clayface too?
Clayface?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it comes out. It comes out this fall.
I think this year.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what do we? What? I don't want to see no damn Clayface. I want to see Batman. I want to see Wonder Woman. You know what I mean? I want to see these.
Yeah, no, I get that. I feel like the plan for the Gunverse is, again, a little too all over the place. And in addition to the Clayface movie, we're hearing about stuff getting canceled. Like they just announced that Themyscira series that they had planned, they pulled the plug on that. Which, by the way, I'm fine. Yeah, just hold on. Just do the why do we need a Themyscira series before a Wonder Woman movie itself?
Yeah.
Just focus on that which needs to be focused on.
Yeah. I mean,
and
it's all gonna get canceled anyway. But
I was like, everyone's talking about like everything's about to be canceled, and I wouldn't be surprised if Gunn is gone in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
But that's why I also have a problem with sometimes announcing a lot of these movies too early. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you
Mhm.
got your slate on there and you know what you're gonna do, but I don't think everybody needs to know what your plan is. That way, if something gets canceled, you're not announcing, "Oh, well, we had to plan to do this movie, but this movie is on the canceling now and that." You know what I mean? You keep
Yeah.
it and
Yeah.
you let them just
Yeah.
come out at a time. You don't do that
Yeah,
because
just
now,
Yeah, no, you announce Superman, Batman,
Mm.
Wonder Woman. We're making those
Mhm.
movies. After that, we'll announce more. Like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everything else after that is whatever. You know.
Agreed. Agreed.
Guardians of the Galaxy calls for Old Yeller.
it's quite
That
the
Supergirl is going to be
Yeller.
pretty much John Wick for girls.
Mm,
how.
a little. You know, they test on some crazy shit in the comic, and it looks like from what a little bit of the trailer we got, like it looks like it's gonna, do most of that story.
Supergirl's tone is more of a tone I wanted for Superman, and they ultimately did. But what if the established Supergirl and bring Wonder Woman comes with, and we get Supergirl versus Wonder Woman?
That wouldn't make any sense in this movie coming up.
Eventually,
I don't think
they do this Supergirl, and then they do Wonder Woman, and then eventually you get a Supergirl.
But also, like the tone of the Supergirl sounds like Supergirl's. The thing with like Man of Steel, that sounds like a Supergirl story. You know what I mean? Like kind of like dark and like fucking hate everybody or everyone. Like it's very this because Supergirl is the pessimist. She's like like everyone sucks, the world sucks. Where Superman is like hope. This means hope. Everyone, we need a hope. And like Superman is Superman. So, it's not I didn't come up with that, but I heard somebody say Man of Steel would have worked better with Superwoman or Supergirl, and I was like, damn, that's not a bad idea. But
periodically, I revisit Man of Steel, just kind of for the heck of it, and I get what Snyder was going for in terms of
situation.
in terms of like I lost my train of thought. Let me shut up.
But I agree with you. I kind of see where he was going to too, right? With the Snyderverse, you know what I mean? About a man who has God powers trying to be more human and stuff like that. A little bit of a darker tone. I get all of that, but I also get why people think that it's not really a good iteration of Superman, and I get that. But I also think that he was getting there, right? He was going to get to that Superman that everybody knew. I think so.
Maybe because wasn't
Eventually.
like because I haven't like studied his like leaked movies, but like he was gonna be a bad guy in the next film, wasn't he? Like,
well, they were gonna do they were gonna do the dark side stuff, right?
Yeah, he was gonna be a dark side.
Yeah, Lois dies and he ends up being with dark side, and then they
no.
that.
Lois gets a baby with Bruce, which is
well, that he had to, but she was gonna die though. Because you see it in Justice League where they showed a little flashback where Superman's holding someone and Darkseid is standing over him. That's Lois that he's holding, right? So he was going to do that. And then at the end of Justice League, or when they show that clip where Flash is doing his I'm going to run back in time, Flash is going to run back in time. And that's when they were going to switch everything up to go, Superman comes back good and they do the right thing or whatever. They save Lois from dying, I guess, or whatever. So that was what the kind of plan was. And I think in that third movie is when we were supposed to get but towards the end, the Superman that everybody knew, the hopeful Superman, stuff like that. So I feel like he was getting there, but they didn't give him a chance,
Yeah.
So if Allison reboots DC again, he will lose a lot of people who are tired of reboots doing it.
100%.
Times.
100%. If you reboot if you reboot the DC again, it's over for them. It's over.
Yeah, I don't know if is it over if he bring back the Snyderverse? Because is that really rebooting, or is it just kind of like okay,
bring him back exactly? Bring back
forget Superman movie. Yeah, and just start that back up. Like I don't know, does that count as a reboot?
Dude, that's a good point. I don't know if it would be count as a reboot,
It's just
but
that
I
all the
still
other
think
things were Elseworld, and now we're back to the main world.
But I also think that, people are thinking it's going to be so easy for him to just bring everybody back. You know what I mean? You got to understand how long ago this was and how long it's going to be before they actually get another Justice League. Ben Affleck is going to be old. He's going to have to actually do stuff to get back into shape to get that Batman form. Is he really going to want to do that? You know what I mean? Now, Henry Cavill hasn't really been in much lately, so I'm pretty sure he'll come back. I'm pretty sure Gal Gadot come back. But Jason Momoa is a lot bigger than he was when he did Justice League. So will he come back? You know what I mean? Like,
will you want to come back and not be Lobo like he is now?
Exactly, because I think he always wanted to play Lobo, right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Tinder that has in there and want to see Batman. So you want to make me think that he is the Mad Hatter?
Yeah.
I can't get over Kevin Castor's character. Castor getting so dumb. Dying in a tornado. So dumb.
I agree. I think it was dumb too.
Yeah,
I think there was a lot of mistakes in that movie. 100%.
Yeah, that didn't quite work for me.
He needs to die in a way where Superman can't save him. Technically, he could save him. Just him like, don't do it. That's stupid. A heart attack, something natural cause, something that is inevitable. That really realizes and humbles Superman. I can't save everyone. Because
even with all of these powers,
with being a fucking god, a tornado, it was like he could have breathed really hard and fucking got rid of. I don't fucking know, laser vision the damn tornado or something. Ice breathe it. I was like, he could do. He's almost in the damn Flash.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. So you could go save your father. No one would even know what happened.
Yeah, you could have waited till he got sucked up in the tornado and it went into the tornado, pulled him out, had him take him over there. I'm like, oh look, he's safe. But that's a whole nother thing.
It's when the Flash goes back to Bruce. It says it's Lois. Lois is the key.
Yeah.
Don't fuck Bruce. That's the key. Keep it in your pants.
Now I honestly say, and I do think that. Because I know that they talked about it and that was actually his plan, but I also think he would have probably changed that. You know what I mean? The Batman having babies, Lois's baby, or Lois having Batman's baby. I honestly think he would have changed that. But if he didn't, that would have been stupid.
First draft, right? I mean, how many times is going to get touched and done and redid and
Because when you really do it and you think about it and then he starts doing it, he'll probably be like, you know what, this really doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work. We're not going to do this, right? You don't need to do something like that. So that was the only issue I thought would have been really stupid if they did it.
Might just be DC Comics for me from now on. Yeah.
DC is murdering the comic game. Like everything that I've in addition to the and I know I'm kind of pivoting in the conversation, but guys, like we talked about, I had read Dakota Incident first thing this morning, and if that's how they're really hitting the ground running with that, I really can't wait for the remaining 4 issues.
Batman, all the DCKO stuff is
all the DCKO stuff.
I can't wait how that ties in.
Yeah, like most of the absolute stuff, like not all of it, but most. Yeah, like the God, they're absolutely crushing it.
Yeah, and then they showed the first look of Absolute Scarecrow when he's freaky.
Well, if they reboot, it's over. But you want another Batman? I'm lost. If they give me Batman Beyond, I'm not done.
I think that would, I think that would probably be the most refreshing thing that you could do with Batman at this point, just because they reboot and reboot and reboot and with Batman over and over again, and heck, if things do, if they do go forth with the Gunverse, if they do continue with that, we're still getting a frigging Elseworlds Batman that needs to finish its story. It's
already talking about a third one.
A third one.
So what are we doing? But if James Gunn is not staying. Either they said he's not getting fired, but he ain't. I really, really don't think he's gonna stay. But if instead of rebooting, maybe they do the Snyderverse thing. If that doesn't work out the way they want it to work out, they're just gonna go back to the old school way. Just everything standalone. Couple. Here's a new Batman trilogy. Here's a Superman trilogy. Here's a Wonder Woman movie. I think they'll do that for a while before they decide to do a universe again. Because that'll probably make more money. Is like, here's some standalone movies.
I could see them doing something like that. You know what I mean? Just sticking with the standalone movies and not worrying about a connected universe. Because right now the connected universe for them is not working. You know what I mean? And no matter how hard they try, it seems like they can't get it right. So they're maybe better off just doing, hey, you know what? Let's just do standalone movies.
Yeah.
They seem to be popping off.
And so there's something I heard today from somebody were saying, did Zaslav hire James Gunn because he's a popular name and just let him, here, make your movies, but pretty much like, oh, look who's in charge of DC. James Gunn, he did Guardians, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, was that just a way to help promote the sale of Warner Brothers? Because like, why would you hire somebody and start a universe knowing you want to sell, unless you're using him as part of the selling thing? It's like, it doesn't matter what the movie is, and whether it be okay or whatever, it's pretty, divisive between people, but it's like, but people know James Gunn, people know James Gunn and this and that. So it was like, was he just a pawn in helping it get sold? Because I mean,
it'll be using.
I mean, that's an interesting. He's a big name, and especially in the comic book world. It's like, you get him, throw him on there, like, hey, we got the Guardians dude. It's like that's good, right? So I don't know. I just thought that was like interesting thing because, then he announces all these movies, blah blah blah. Superman comes out, he's doing this and that, and then it's sold, or they were selling it like last year, so it was like as the first DCU movie was coming out, they're like, Warner Brothers is looking to be sold, or be bought. So I was like, that was kind of interesting the way that this guy I was watching was talking about it.
And it's funny because I was watching this video and I tried to remember it. He said that there was they said it was DC stand for like discrimination comics or something like that. And that was because of what they're doing with the Dakota stuff too. And I was like, that kind of makes sense that they did that. It was kind of funny, But and then when you talk about all of this stuff, it's like, yeah, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, there's even the whole thing right now. There's a lot of the like big, black comic nerd community, are saying like it's been over like 1,000 days or 1,100 days since there's been like a standalone continuing black character in the comics. So he's talking about what? That's what, years? So so there's that, and then meanwhile you have all these awesome characters. You have Static, who people love, and you don't touch them. You don't even touch them. You don't do anything with, so, yeah. I mean, DC's got an issue with that, but in the movies now, it's really not going to go any better with who's in charge.
Yeah. Oh, it was definitely Caucasian comics. That's what it's calling DC. But it's just you could have. I think they should have just sucked it up and let Snyder finish what he was doing. They should have just let him finish what he's doing, and then after he got his 5-picture arc or whatever, you don't like it, then you use the Flashpoint to reboot it. And that was another mistake that they did. They should have, regardless of anything, used Flashpoint to reboot the universe. That way, you could have kept what you wanted to keep and get rid of what you didn't want to get rid of. But they didn't do that. So
no, I mean, at the end of the day, Snyder was the scapegoat. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
it failed. You
Yeah.
know, why did it fail?
Mhm.
Oh, Snyder. You know, it's like, no, it
Yeah.
failed because you dumbasses don't know, you know, like what to do. You know,
Agreed. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
yeah. So he hired James Gunn. He wanted Safran, and Safran said he'll do it only with Gunn. Maybe, you know, I'm gonna say like that's not a bad idea because like, I mean, as soon as Warner Brothers got bought up by Discovery, we were hearing they're gonna sell like within months of this of them being bought out already, and I'm like, that's crazy, you know. And then look, I mean, it's only been a couple years, you know, since that Discovery bought them. What year did they buy?
And here's the thing with Warner Brothers, right? So you know you're getting rid of Snyder. You know you want to reboot the universe. You take someone, you do your call, say, all right, boom. And then you ask people what their plans are, what they would do. And whoever says Batman, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman are the first movies to come out, that's the person you hire. You don't hire someone that says, well, I want to do a Batman movie, but I love these Creature Commando movies that I want to do. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And especially the owner of, they're probably like, who the hell is Creature Commandos? You know what I mean? I know Batman, I know Superman, I know Wonder Woman, you know? And that's the biggest problem with these studios is they're not getting people who are actual comic book fans. And that's a problem.
I think it's the consistency is more than anything. I don't know if it's anything else except you're not getting anyone that's going to consistently be able to build their idea, and you stop it in the middle of stuff, and you don't ever get the full thought. So like it's like if I want to say I have a dream and leave it there, and then they will say that's stupid. But if you say I have a dream and you go through the entire speech and you start to understand the context of what someone's trying to say, then you actually you start to see a picture that's being formed. But if you never get there, four words is just not enough. 4 movies is just not enough. So you have no idea what it's going to be.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if it's Snyder or if it's James Gunn or anything. Just not enough time.
Yeah.
And,
I mean,
when I say like comic book fan, right? I'm not saying someone has to be like, you know, like
a
you guys.
diehard fan.
Yeah, like you guys, but at least know what's popping and what's not. What's you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing, right? So I just think that they get like, I'm worried about X-Men 97 now. I'm really worried
all the
about it
things are
now.
changing stuff.
Yeah.
With Bo DeMeo out of the picture, I'm worried about it too. It's, you know, we all saw how we all saw how quickly the Boondocks went downhill when Aaron Magruder was out of the picture.
Exactly.
You know, and then they scrapped it right after that season.
And the thing about it, right, is like, okay, so we know Bo was a comic book fan, you know what I mean? He knew what he was doing. But if he's saying some of the things that he was saying on X and all that is true, how they tried to force him to do certain things, now that he's out the picture, they're going to do some of those things that nobody thought would have been good. You know what I mean? So I'm really worried about X-Men 97.
Yeah. I want Creature Commandos hub type content and toxie pulling on R. Kelly. Who said that?
No, thank you.
Yeah, because like I mean, I agree. Like Creature Commandos was a dumb idea. I was like, why are we doing this right away? This should be something that happens, you know, like 5-6 years down the road, where you're like,
exactly.
It's a little project I want to do.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at, Tank. Like I get that you want to do something more obscure with DC, but that was something to be done later down the line when the franchise, when the universe is gaining traction,
when you have enough leeway with the fans,
when you have enough leeway, you know, with the fans that were well known. And I know that we just talked about, you know, you don't necessarily need to follow the Marvel formula blow by blow, but in regards to that, I feel like you kind of needed to.
Agreed. When it comes to that,
it's not just Marvel. It's what everyone who's done. And when they start in the studio, when you're trying to figure out how to do something, you always start with your heaviest hitters. Why would you start a world with your most obscure people?
Yeah, that no one knows about.
You never get there.
Yeah. With that being said, I liked the show. The show was a good show.
Yeah, I liked it too.
But it still is a dumb idea, like because one, it didn't do anything to really. I mean, okay, like they're doing the Clayface thing, and Clayface was introduced in the show. Fine, like, but it still doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, it just
they focus on Peacemaker. Peacemaker's first season was good. Second season, I didn't like it so much, but that's another one that you do down the line. You know what I mean? Green Lantern should have been in that Peacemaker spot. If that's what you were going to do with Green Lanterns, then Green Lantern should have came out. Then you work on Peacemaker later. I just some of the direction and choices he made, I just like, I'm a little bit worried about you running the studio.
Yeah,
but he likes obscure stuff. That's just what he's about.
Yeah, but that video that I watched, like said, like, what if he was just a selling point? It was like, look, we got James Gunn. Like he's well known in this comic book, movie world, and he's running the studio. Because 2022, April 2022 is when Warner or Discovery bought out Warner Brothers, and now we're 4 years later, and it's already being sold. You know what I mean? So it's like
for profit.
For an insane amount, way more than what it's worth. Way more than what it's worth. But
I mean, James Gunn could have been a selling point, but I don't know if James Gunn is like, the selling point that like you think that, or whoever did the video kind of think it is, right? Yeah, James Gunn did some good MCU movies, but he's not known to run everything. You know what I mean? It's not like you have like a Kevin Feige up in there,
But that's why it's just a name.
Yeah,
it's just a name
that someone could get behind and say, okay, we have someone that could work with. That's all.
Yeah, it's just a name, because that's all you need at the end of the day. Is like you need the shiny sticker on the pile of shit to help. Like, look, it looks good. It's like, yeah, but as soon as you open the hood, it's like you're missing an engine. But it's like, but it's shiny and it's got like Mercedes logo on it, or something like that. It's like,
that's true too. But I also don't think that Paramount wants to go that James Gunn direction anyways, right? So it's not much of a selling point if you plan on trying to change it up anyways, right?
I don't think they thought Paramount was going to be who was going to win this. This came out now, but James Gunn could have been a positive thing for Netflix. Could have been a positive thing for Universal. So
But at that point, it's like, it's not my problem anymore. Like, I got him to sweeten the deal. Now it's your problem. Like, you bought him. You figure it out. Like, if you don't like what he's doing, then fire him. Whatever. But I mean, because right now, Paramount's saying, "Oh, we're gonna keep everybody." I was like, I don't think they don't want to stay.
They're not going to fire anyone, but the people will leave.
And then even if they don't,
we got to do some of these comments because
yeah.
And the last thing I'll say is, even if they don't leave, right? Even if James Gunn says, "No, I'm going to stick it out," how long will they keep him if his movies don't do the numbers they expect? Especially now, after they spent 130 something billion to get it, they're not going to wait that long for more flops from James Gunn.
Yeah, no, they want at least DC to be making like $1 billion every single time.
Yeah,
100%. I think that's what they want. It's like Kyle said, Fickle fan. They try screaming they hate it before getting the full story. Then when it's going away, they're all like, "Oh no, wait." Yeah. The popular still hanging on. Still is. I've been told horrendous stuff for being a Snyder fan.
You never should be, talked down. I mean, it's your opinion. It's your opinion. It doesn't hurt anyone else. So why?
Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of the Snyder versus Feige or Marvel, whatever you want to call it, a lot of it's too toxic and rabid. granted, I'm not gonna lie and pretend like I'm some huge Snyder fan, but the fan base versus fan base stuff, and I've been guilty of this from time to time too. So I'm not gonna pretend like my nose is completely clean, but a lot of it is very corrosive
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
just
but
rabid.
but most of the times, I just by knowing you guys and you, Brandon, the character you are, I don't think you're around there calling people all kinds of stupid names because of a damn movie, right? But
Mhm.
let's be real. There are toxic fans on the Snyder side, just like there's toxic fans on the MCU side, right?
Yep.
And those are
I
the
mean,
ones
yeah,
that
this is,
people, yeah,
especially with
focus on.
social media, there's just toxic everywhere. You know, it's
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
think your side is right no matter what, and you don't
Yeah.
want to really hear the other side. You know, so
Mhm.
yeah.
And then when you have no arguments, you call name calling and all kinds of crap like that. You know what I mean? Bunch of kid stuff.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
juvenile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, so I really didn't watch Gotham too much, but was Cameron the actual Joker? I thought he was not the Joker, and somebody at the end of the show was the real Joker.
Mhm.
I don't know
I
if
haven't
anybody
watched Gotham.
watched Gotham.
No.
Let me know.
Didn't watch Gotham.
Go-
And when I did
Gotham-
watch, I didn't continue to watch it. That's the
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
I got I enjoyed the first season of Gotham, and then
Yep,
I think they started losing me a couple episodes into the second season.
me too.
But I really enjoyed the first season. I really like what they kind of seem to be going for with it. But
Mhm.
yeah, I forgot at which point it kind of lost me in season 2. But I just remember I'm like I'll watch it if and when I watch the rest of it.
I can't lie. I think Jada Pinkett killed it for me. I did not like her in that at all.
Yeah, which is
Bobby.
I'm not sure
Mm.
if she killed the show for me. I remember thinking she was just all right.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of I think her character was a little too all over the place for me.
Yeah.
If memory serves me correctly, I'm trying to.
Did they have the rights? I didn't know they have the rights.
Mhm.
That's interesting. Jay didn't stay too long. They said the Mama Bear said.
She was in the first 2 seasons.
She's in the first 2 seasons. I remember.
Yeah.
Where did I miss something right here? So Kyle said he did Creature Commandos to break the ice. It's simply he wanted to get all his wacky style out of the system before he went big with Soups and Bats. It was warm up. I could see that. Like I said, it was a good show. It would have been bad if people were scratching their head, and then it would have been a bad show. Then you're like, what are you doing? You know, you can say, "What are you doing?" But damn, it was a pretty entertaining show. You know,
Yeah.
it was definitely a kid show, but yeah.
Yeah. I definitely enjoyed it. I definitely had a fun time watching
So did
it.
I. Yeah,
I think the only thing that kind of crippled it was just the timing in terms of the universe in which it came out. It's something that could have been held off on until later.
agreed.
I had a fun time watching it for sure.
Yeah,
agreed. And you're saying he did it to get all of his wacky stuff up, but did he really? Because he still had some wacky stuff in Superman.
It's
you know what I mean?
Who he is, man. It's his style.
Yeah, it's just his kind of that's just kind of his. Those are kind of his sensibilities as a director.
But that's why that stuff doesn't work if you do a Batman. You know what I mean? You can't do that wacky stuff in Batman. It just won't work.
Yeah. Tony said, I think Ellison keeps Abdi and DeLuca. I don't think they stay. I think they want to keep them. So like John Campea was talking about, and I kind of really agree with what he's going with, where Netflix might go after some of these studio heads. Netflix really might go after, because HBO is dead. So I don't know what that executive is going to do. He's going to go to Paramount and like co-run it with Paramount's head. So I can see Netflix stealing him really easily. And then, Abdi and DeLuca, I don't know if they stay. They might want to head out, and I can see Netflix, and I've been saying that since this happened last week, where Netflix might want to be like, hey, let's fuck around with theater, and then you go get all these angry employees, that are mad with Warner Brothers and might not want to go with Paramount, and they're like, hey, we got $2 billion. You want some of it? So I can see them getting
characters. I don't know. You still have to have the characters that are going to draw.
Yeah, but if you have creative people, you can figure things out. You can figure things out. If you have creative people, you can. Granted, it might not. Abney and DeLuca didn't really do the DC stuff. They did, the main studio stuff. Yeah. So with that, it's just you find the right writers and the right people, producers and stuff like that. So I listen. I think wants to keep them because they're pretty good names, big names. I don't know if a lot of these people will stay. I mean, right off the bat, they're saying they're going to cut $6 billion as soon as it happens. They're cutting $6 billion from Warner Brothers.
That's crazy.
That's a lot. That's a lot. And they're killing HBO, so they're killing HBO right off the bat, and then they're still slicing another $6 billion. Like,
and I made a promise to myself this morning where once this merger is done, I'm not supporting them anymore. Yeah, I'm not supporting them anymore, and I'm gonna miss out a lot of content, HBO Max and all of that stuff.
Oh, that's messed up, Mama Bear.
I'm gonna boycott this shit, man. I really am.
Yeah. I mean, like Gunn has this toxic fans too. Gunn himself can be a little much on social media. That's why I'm like, I like Gunn. I don't like everything he does, but I like him. Same thing with Snyder. I like him. I don't like everything he does, but. I like a lot of the Snyder stuff. So
I don't think there's any like director or even actor where I like everything they do. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, even Spielberg has some misses.
Some has a lot of it.
But it's like somebody you don't. I'm always gonna watch their stuff. I'm always gonna watch their stuff because I'm gonna give them a chance because I do like them, but again, the same thing with the Guns fans, Snyder fans, the anti of each of those as well. A lot of times it's I'm right and I'm gonna keep proving my, so it's like I'm right, and then at one point it just starts becoming name calling, and it's instead of listening. And that's the thing, you could do that when you're in front of your keyboard, and you have a picture of like a big titty anime chick as your avatar, and you have a stupid, name, like nothing's 100%. Connected to you,
Yep. You hide keyboard warriors,
Keyboard warrior.
No one's ever going to know who I am, so I can just say whatever I want to say. And it's probably some 15-year-old kid you're arguing with, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I don't know if you, I doubt Anzo watched it because I don't know if you're a big anime fan, but that Sword Art Online, the first season was amazing, but there's a part where like you're in this video game, right? And it's like a VR kind of thing, and then at one point they all get stuck in the video game and then their avatars get like dissolved and basically it's you. And then the amount of like dudes that were like women, like, oh, my name is like Misha, whatever. And then like that goes away and it's like this, little fat dude. I was like, like that was hilarious, like when all that went down, and that's like kind of stuff I always think about,
That's exactly what it is, though. 100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some little fat kid in his basement, and he has a girl as an avatar, and you think it's a girl, and it's really a guy.
You haven't seen a real girl ever. What are you talking about?
Facts.
Like, really, the only time I pick like a female avatar character is in shooting games because their hitboxes are smaller because they make the women smaller. So it's easier to run around as a woman because their hitboxes are so if I could pick the shortest, thinnest person, all the time, Odd Job, perfect. Odd Job in 007 GoldenEye. I don't know if any old school people. He was anybody who fucking picked him, you guys suck because he was impossible to kill. Like, you're like aiming, and he's like down there. I was like, you some bitch. It's a cheat code. Man. If Real Time with Bill Maher gets canceled, I'm going to riot. Oh, please cancel.
I think that's.
Please cancel that.
Please. Bill Maher sucks ass, man.
He does.
Hate Bill Maher.
He does.
You do. I don't mean to, but I do not like him at all.
Yeah, and I never used to. I think at the beginning, like when he first had his show, I think he used to be on point. But
Me
at
too.
some point, these guys change, and I think, it's like, hey, we want to pay you to say certain things, and they take the money and start saying outlandish crap.
I think Shane Gillis has a really funny joke where he's like, every white guy, as they get old, becomes conservative. Like becomes like,
Yeah.
like no, and it's 100% true. It's like it's you always see a lot with the famous people, like with the not all of them, but you see someone like Bill Maher. I thought like back in the 90s was like, oh shit, it's cool. Now like I'm like, oh, you're just taking the check.
You got your black card from us, Tank. Don't lose that when you get older, all right?
We will take it. I'll just come over there and I'm gonna be off his chest. Like, give me that.
Take it back fast.
Look up the Shane Gillis joke. He's like, oh, there's warning signs. Like, oh, you're really into World War II documentary. Or, like shit like that. So, but yeah.
All right, we gotta get out of here because if I have to stay up any longer, I'm going to
stay on stream. $6 million means lost jobs a lot. They're saying like 10,000 day one, and that's just day one.
That's crazy.
A lot of jobs lost. But you watch Campia? Oh, Kevin, I'm disappointed. So Collector sent me the clip about it, and I kind of wanted to see what he wanted to, what Campia was going to say, because Campia was always against Netflix. So I'm like, oh, so is he going to be for Paramount? But he was very much not for Paramount. So I was kind of actually surprised.
Like, wait, who do you want to win? Do you want Universal to come out of the woodworks? Like, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah.
I used to like Campy. I used to watch him all the time, and then I realized he's kind of an asshole. Yeah. You know what I mean?
One day, breathing the potato.
Campia cracked me up this week with what he said about Scream 7. That just tickled me.
I heard it's trash.
Yeah,
everybody that's seen it so far is saying it's trash.
Bro, what Tony said, I was right. So I read the ending and I was like, what the
how crazy it is.
It's so stupid. It's they should not have made this movie, man. They should not make it.
They need to know when to put some of these movies to rest.
He takes shots at Trump, but
does he?
Bill Maher, he does, but
sometimes he does, but
that's easy. That's easy to do.
Yeah.
When you get down into like the real things,
Yeah. Like the trans and all of that stuff. He always has these messed up views on that situation. So
I said, please take Tahine. So don't worry about him complaining about 2 seasons. I said, me and my wife make fun of shit like that all the time. Like, oh, this got mayo. This is spicy.
Wait, what?
like a lot of like white people and stuff like that. Man, like we had a soup and it had a whole fucking peppercorn in it. I'm like, this is a whole peppercorn. Like what?
What? So what?
I bit down. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's not how you season it with peppercorn.
You still got that whiteness in you then. You know what I mean?
Broke my fucking tooth. All right. But hey, let's get out of here, man. I know Brian's falling asleep now.
I can't. I'm about to be asleep, guys. You understand? Like, this morning I had work all day, and then we doing this long. I'm like, guys, all right, I'm done.
He woke up with on stream.
I worked for 10 hours, made the room, and then we did this. Nah, bro.
Yeah, let's get out of here. But we appreciate all you guys coming in, hanging out with us, watching The Princess Bride. I love that movie. Love the movie. So I'm glad we got to all hang out and watch that.
And I got to watch it for the first time, and it definitely is a good movie. So
look at you, man.
There we go.
I had a feeling.
Broken Clock was right twice a time.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
Phantom Zone this guy. You look, I signed into my account, or else I would have did it myself.
So as soon as Anzo was like, I like it. He likes something.
We did it.
Aha!
You gotta get the hey Mikey, he likes it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's happening. That's next.
Oh man. All right. Let's get out of here. But yeah, we appreciate you guys. We'll see you on Monday. What's Monday? Paradise. Yeah. Yeah. So make sure you watch that ASAP, and then we're gonna be on right after that. But and then hope maybe a movie or maybe we'll see if we get to the theater. If not, we'll hang out with some trailers and stuff. But let's get out of here. Appreciate all you guys. We will see you guys on Monday. Also, thank you, Anzo, Biggaford Entertainment. Anybody who hasn't followed him, go over there. Make sure you guys follow him.
If you haven't, you're wrong.
Yeah,
you're wrong.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I doubt anybody in our chat isn't already following Anzo, but you never know. Watch it on the replay or something. But all right, let's get out of here. We will see you guys on Monday. Have a good Sunday. Later.
Good night, everyone.